see, yeah, the crew's all here. It's another weekly moment where we all appear. Coffee steaming, hearts emoji rain. From sparks in the dark to spotlights unchained. Some roll in with coffee, black and bold at dawn. Some with happy hour cheer when the day is gone. Screens flicker lonely till the call lights up the feed. Beginners hit unmute, pros drop the seeds we need. Every week's a new beat, fear turns into flow. Stories shared like secrets in the afterglow, turning pain into power, dreams into the frame. Hour by hour, we're fanning the flame. Raise your mug, raise your mind, raise your voice tonight. We're a spotlight family, shining real, shining bright. Celebrate the wins, elevate the pain. We turn it into power again and again. Into your stage community, where your voice comes alive. Your vision runs free, yeah, we show up and thrive. It's a happy hour hangout, our coffee hour tribe. We laugh, learn, lift, mastermind vibe. When the chat lights up, hey, that's our way. Drop your gems, drop your truth in the Q&A. Bold and unique, we bring the heat. Bring the heart. Your stage community, worlds apart now. Worlds apart. One spark in the quiet, now a rooftop roar. Solo screen to family, opening every door. No more hiding in shadows, we own this weekly stage. From coffee confessions to Q&A, we empower the dreamers hour by hour. We climb on you, your fire. It's transformation time in the Your Stage community, where your voice comes alive. Your vision runs free, yeah, we show up and thrive. It's a happy hour hangout, our coffee hour tribe. We laugh, lift mastermind vibe. When the chat lights up, hey, that's our way. Drop your gems, drop your truth in the Q&A. Bold and unique, we bring the heat, bring the heart. Your stage community, worlds apart, now one heart. Welcome in, grab a seat, crew's all here. Your stage community, every hour, every year.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Happy Hour Hangout. I am Americo, and I'm pleased to bring today's Happy Hour Hangout to both school community members and non-school community members of Your Stage community. I want to thank each and every one of you who are going to be listening, participating, or perhaps just being part of the replay and on-demand content. I am ecstatic to bring this opportunity to a live stream. My community is centered around live streaming, and what better way to demonstrate than to hop on a live stream and bring community members together and start in real time demonstrating the value of live stream for both those who attend in real person and those who consume their content after the live event is over. So our community is centered around helping its members save time and skipping the guesswork when it comes to live streaming because live streaming is by far one of the best content strategies to build trust, authority, and community for your business. So, welcome to your stage community. I'm happy to welcome members as well as non members. In fact, before going any deeper, I want to take a moment and welcome LM, who is with me here on stage. Today's event is purely an audio stream event. I will mix these up. Some will be on camera, some will be off camera, some will be at different times, just so that we can provide an opportunity for those who want to attend but are restricted by time zones that differ from when I go live, or are at their full time job and would hope that there was a different time that they could attend. So I will mix these up. They will be Mondays, but spread out throughout the day, different times out the day. All right, enough about me. Why don't we do what this live stream was intended to do? Bring live minded community members and allow them to spotlight their school communities. LM, welcome to the stage. Feel free, give yourself a couple of minutes and introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing over on Skool.
Well, thank you, Americo. I really appreciate this opportunity. My name is LM Sharon. Yes, LM is my first name, and I am an ordained animal chaplain. I am a wildlife rehabilitator. I pretty much do all things animal. I just published my first children's book. Um, called Love Doesn't Stink. It's a digital. All those net proceeds will go to skunks. I was a professional rehabilitator in Texas, and I specialized in skunks. So that was a book I wrote in 2018. I opened up my school community in December, and it's called Empowering Animals. It is a place for animal lovers to go learn about animals, to have a good time, and also find meaningful ways in the community to give back to animals by supporting existing 501c organizations. Um, I have also created an AI in there. I do want to say that before I forget. There's an AI animal rescue um, bot that I created. So if you have wildlife issues, you find wildlife, or you're not sure if the wildlife is needing help, or just let them be. We got a lot of animals when I was a rescuer, like bunnies and deer and fledgling fledgling birds that a lot of people just thought they needed help and they didn't. They just were waiting for mom and dad, and that's it. So if you do go into my school, check it out. Check out that AI. That's very helpful. Um, I think that I've used it myself a few times. But stop by, say hi. I hope that did I cover everything? I'm kind of nervous and I've never done this before. So if there's any direction,
Well,
I would
don't
love
don't
it.
don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You are in good hands, and that's part and parcel why I did this kickoff live event as an audio only event. I know a lot of members here in the community and out of the community. I hear a lot of people saying how anxiety sets in because they might be camera shy or uncertain of what to say and what they're going to look like and what people are going to think of. And listen, live streaming is no different than just having a conversation with someone. Uh, I encourage everyone to just forget about what's on the other end. Don't focus on who might be listening. Just appreciate the fact, and I can assure you that when live streaming, you'd be surprised how much your message resonates. And it goes hand in hand with one of the reasons I put this community together. We all understand the importance of social media marketing, and some of us have different opinions of AI in the ecosystem in which we live are in. And I got to tell you, there's nothing more powerful than our voice And I want to demonstrate that you don't need to be on camera to get your message across. You don't need to be on camera to deliver value, to build trust. And I really like the fact that, hey, you are the first to share the stage with me and spotlight your school community. Now, are there courses? Can you? I know you're limited for time, but what will members learn, or what are they able and capable of learning as a member of your school community?
Well, I do posts like today. I posted on the common kingfisher. I share fun facts about habitats. So you can learn about animals, different animals I feature. Um, I do like fun. Do you also uh, highlight organizations and their needs, or just the special things that they do for animals, and just bring them into the light. So you could just learn a lot. You feel that add to it. I'm always open for suggestions. This isn't, well, I was accused as a kid, a very young, that I loved animals more than I did people, and so I was just created to take care of the animals. So and like today, I do want to mention before I forget, today is actually National Puppy Day and Cuddly Kitten Day. So if you have a special guardian or a special companion in your life, this would be a really great time to give them some extra love, because that's really all their pure unconditional love. So, but there's some fun things in my classroom. I don't have any courses, but there are organizations in there to learn about. Um, I have a link in there that you can do shopping online, and they give a percentage back to the animals. Everything I do uh, will benefit the animals somehow, with a percentage that I donate, or all the net proceeds going to the animals. My children's book is going to be all net proceeds go to the animals. Um, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm also starting a t-shirt business that will also do it. And um, it's going to have two forms of it. It will be all animal based, animals that are cause, will go towards the cause. And then the chaos part is like, I'm a little bit on the snarky side. And so I like to share my humor. So that would be the other half of what I'm building to support my animal habits, I guess you would say.
That is fabulous. So for those who are not familiar, you mentioned 501c. This is a nonprofit for those who are in different geographies. Um, any work with connecting families through foster care? Do you have any resources there? Because I know this is big here in our community, is fostering.
Are you fostering animals?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I do not yet. I do want to find resources for that, and I will be working on that, because I was actually called upon to try to rehome a couple of special need kitties from Turkey to the US. However, that is harder than it seems. I mean, they do rehome some international animals, but then for them to be disabled or handicapped in some way, they won't, too much stress on the plane, and different things. They don't want to do that. That is one, but just the fostering, because that is really big. That is so important to get animals socialized, to be ready for a forever home. But it is something that I would love to add into my community. And if you have any helpful, please feel free to reach out and say, hey, check this out. Or, because I will vet all the 501(c)s that I, want to post on um, in my classroom, because unfortunately not all of them on the up and up. But yeah, fostering is one thing that I do want to do. And I also want to um, like bring together a community that will help the elderly. A lot of elderlies, people, they get on in their years and it's really hard for them to take the dogs for a walk or, clean up the cat box or carry in the food. And they just feel that their only course of action is to give their animal up, which is so harsh on the human and also very harsh on the animal because it breaks up that unconditional love, which is so important for us to just thrive in life. So that's another thing that I would love to bring together and maybe even add it because one of the things that are about my bot is you can find different organizations within your city. You can narrow it down right into your city. um, so add that to the bot too, like, here's fostering or here's, people in your area that might be able to help you take care of your animals. So that is on my list of things I would love to bring to the community. So thank you for bringing that up. And again, any suggestions, I would love it.
Well, here's perhaps not a suggestion, but an olive branch, because you're my first guest to share the stage with me. I want to talk a little bit about how I started shaping my live stream strategy and how I found success in now trying to help others build similar strategy, a repeatable strategy for themselves. So my live streaming strategy for me wasn't just about choosing what platform do I want to go live on. I multi-stream. I will jump on with most cases. Today we're only on YouTube, but in most instances, I stream across YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack. And I do that because for me, I recognize and I coach to this framework. I recognize that going live isn't just about the platform as much as it is about choosing the right places and meeting people where they enjoy hanging out, meeting people who are decision makers. So each platform has a home and a place and a purpose, right? Places where our voices could land and resonate with other community members, where our ideas spread and become contagious, and where communities come together. So those are the three platforms of choice for myself. I find a lot of success, and I coach to that. And I really appreciate the fact that you're joining me today with some level of vulnerability. If this is your first time doing it, you're doing a fantastic job, and that is one of the key, the leading framework. I host and coach to a framework called LEAD, and that L in LEAD is all about lowering barriers for your community, your audience, those who are coming in. You want to give them reason, you want to give them purpose to want to attend. You want to be able to create enough awareness and consideration for them to stick around. But for yourself, it's also about lowering your own personal barriers, those barriers of entry, and crossing that threshold that perhaps is or may have been uncomfortable to cross. So you're doing a fantastic job. And let me get back to what my intentions are here. As my first guest, I will take this event. I am going to repurpose it. And I want to amplify you're doing, what your Skool community is targeting and looking to help. I will create a wonderful blog post and an article summarizing today's conversation, highlighting your school. I'll publish it over on Substack as well as over on LinkedIn. And I will take these assets and create shorts over on YouTube just to give you as much visibility and as much amplification. So I will be looping and linking your community to each of these articles so that you get the eyes, the attention, the awareness that you not only need to grow and nurture your community, but to also bring awareness and the importance and the value to helping our furry and feathered friends who also need our help and support.
Wow. I'm, you've left me breathless. Um, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a blessing. Thank you. I just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's one thing I recognize about Skool, and as much as many of us are here to try to build community, try to build businesses, I recognize a lot of philanthropy, a lot of people giving away support, advice, and that's what I want to do here every Monday. I want to be able to spotlight school members who attend. This isn't about me beating my chest and telling people how great this community is, but it's also an opportunity for me to demonstrate the value that live streaming does and how it touches people in real time, as well as after the live event, how it continues to touch people. So it has been an absolute pleasure. Please feel free. I know you shared your school. Are there other social channels that you use and leverage today that point and bring people to your school community that we can share with our listeners today?
Not yet, because you described me as the perfect person that you're trying to help. I don't want to put my face on my face on camera. I'm shy in, public speaking, all of that. So I know that is something that I need to start, but I have not yet. I haven't built up the courage yet to do that. But I was thinking about like TikTok or Facebook, but I have no other social media channels. That's what I loved about Skool. It is such a loving community. There's not like this political or beating up of each other. It's just so supportive. It's just a nice community to get started in when you have all those fears about public speaking or showing your face or putting yourself out there, in fear that you're going to be, pulled down and then your dream gets all kind of shaky and you don't want to give up on your dream. Everybody has a purpose in life and they need to share it because when you pull one person out that doesn't share their dream, there's a hole in life for everybody. So, but yeah, so Skool is the only one I have been brave enough to start, and it's because it's the most welcoming, most loving, most supportive community that I have found.
Well, LM, I'm not here to twist your arm. The offer will go out as I had communicated, but you are welcome to join your stage community. And I'd be happy to introduce you to a wonderful group of like minded community members who share similar sentiments and anxieties and vulnerabilities about being on camera. And you're welcome to join and be part of what we're building here. But I look forward to and let's stay in touch after the live event so that you can follow along, and I will share copies of the of my articles and my posts so that you can see for yourself. And when you're ready to start building that digital footprint, you'll have digital resources that you can start repurposing that stem from this conversation.
Yeah, and that's awesome because you are actually giving me a little bit of that courage. You really have. You've instilled a little bit of courage where I'm going like, oh, maybe I could do this. Did it once. Okay, well, it wasn't so bad. Still alive, still kicking. So,
Yeah, and you'd be
um,
surprised. For some, they would say it's contagious, because once you feel that hit of dopamine and that adrenaline, like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I had anticipated or as I had first thought. Then when people start to connect with you and start, resonating with your message, then you start to realize, oh my goodness, this is a viable strategy. This is a viable solution to get my message out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and
going to
I
pause.
see. Yeah, but
I'm going
thank
to
you
pause
so
here.
much for.
I'm going to pause here for a second. Layla joined us on stage. I know, Layla, if you're listening on YouTube, I was going to bring you into the studio, and yeah, you left. So if you'd like to come back into the studio, we'll bring you up on stage. And I know you two have a school community. I'd love to showcase your school community. So in the meantime, LM, this has been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for being courageous to join me up on stage. It has been an absolute pleasure, and let's stay connected. I
Oh,
will I will reach out to you.
absolutely. Thank you so much for this opportunity, America. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, for anyone in the audience, if you're listening over on YouTube, as the graphic depicts and demonstrates, give us a like, share your comments, and more importantly, share this with your school community members. Visit us on Skool, and come see and experience for yourself all the wonderful communities that are being built to lead, support, and develop individual needs, individual goals, missions. It has been an absolute delight. I'm going to give this a couple more minutes. And if Layla is still out there, you want to join, feel free. Otherwise, I think this has been a fantastic kickoff. I will be doing these on Mondays. I've had a few members of the community who have reached out who have their 9 to 5s, and it becomes difficult to join. I'll probably do one later in the afternoon, maybe in the evening hours on upcoming Monday, so that people can join and participate in a more relaxed environment, not feeling the pressure of having to be focused on their daily priorities and daily accountabilities. So I'll probably host one in the future at a later time, and I'll juggle them around so that we can also give opportunities to our global members who are in different time zones and want to participate but can't because of the different times of day in which we show up. So, you know what? It is now 3:30. Layla will get you up next time, if not later this evening. I know we might be on a different stream with another community member, but I think this is a great way to cap things off. And LM, stick around after I end the show, and I'll get your email or contact information if you're willing to disclose that and share it with me, so that I can get what I'm going to put together for you over to you. All right. So on that note, why don't we wrap things up and thank everyone who's watching, participating live, and anyone who's going to be watching this on replay. Stay tuned. As I mentioned, this will find its way into Substack, LinkedIn, and YouTube as repurposed assets. We've helped LM start to lower her barriers. We're now going to help her engage through the content that I'm going to repurpose for her and amplify her cause, her mission, and her passion over on Skool. And together, collectively, we're going to start developing relationships with our community members. And it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, LM, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Bye for now.